We're out here doing a little pre-season scouting. It's July, almost August, right near the end of July, first part of August. And we got a buck tag in this area. And we're out here looking for a deer. And this device right here is the Gridspotter. What is the Gridspotter? Gridspotter is a tripod head that mounts on top of a tripod. In this case, I have it mounted on top of a Slik Sprint Mini 2 tripod, and it's got a mini ball head right here. And to make big adjustments with it, I loosen the adjustment, move to whatever I want to move to very quickly, and then I tighten it back down. And then the Gridspotter itself has two X knobs right here that move left and right. And then in front there's one Y knob that allows you to move up and down. And typically what I will do usually is I will look at my hillside, figure out where I think that the highest value targets are for animals to be at, and then I loosen my adjustment here on the ball head, move my optics to that spot that I want to look at, and then I tighten the ball head. And then I start slowly picking apart the area that I believe has the highest odds of having an animal in it. And then once I get that area covered, I will pick another high value target, move over to it, and then do the same thing. And once I've checked most of the high value targets, then I'll start slowly and methodically just glassing in a grid pattern where they'll go up and just do this and try to cover everything in a grid pattern. And usually it's my opinion that even if you're glassing slowly and methodically, you only see 10 to 15% of the animals that are out there anyway, because they're walking in and out of the brush, they're walking down into gullies, they're laying down, whatever. So I'll sit here for an hour and go over this hillside once, and then I'll come back over it and go over it again and again and again. And the thing that I've found, the longer I look at that piece of real estate, the higher the odds are that I'm going to see something. Found one little buck over there earlier. I'm not sure where he went now. There he is right there. Laying down right at the edge of the mahoganies. Which is kind of odd because it's evening. I would have expected him to be up around moving. He's just sitting there. The idea behind the Gridspotter, the thing that I tried to do, was I wanted to take the movement that a manual microscope could do on a microscope slide, and I wanted to convert that movement into a tripod head that I could move around on a hillside with a pair of binoculars like you can on a microscope, with that kind of precision and that kind of control. So that's how I came up with the Gridspotter. Now the advantage of mounting a pair of binoculars on a tripod instead of hand holding them is, number one, when you're hand holding your binoculars, your hands are always constantly shaking. And because of that, your eye is constantly having to refocus. And because of that, only about 10% or less of the field of view in the center of your binocular is in focus at any one time. So you miss a lot of stuff. When you mount your binoculars on a tripod, especially on a Gridspotter, you can effectively glass probably, in my opinion, 2 to 3 times further than you can if you just hand hold them.